Holidays are a prime time for scammers to take advantage of people. Many are shopping in person or online. Protecting your finances and your identity should always be a top priority, as many fall victims to frauds and scams during this time of year when online spending is at its peak. Colin Evans from Evans Financial Group is here to remind us of some holiday money safety tips. Well, Colin, 'tis the season for those who are seeking to safeguard their finances.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this time of year is a prime time for getting taken advantage of. But, and also too, at the same time as, we kind of have this segment, is we got to watch our wallets. And we put together a couple of tips here. And as we start into it, knowing your limits as we start into the Christmas shopping season, and watch out for a budget and try and stick to it, because we can kind of get into the impulse side of things of, oh, I could get that, and so wants that, or the kiddos need that, and we end up going overboard, and that could put us into financial straits coming into the next year. One of our big ones, as we were just talking with this scam deal, fraud protection. This is a big time of year for that, and really understanding the fraud protection, your credit card versus what your bank offers, because there are going to be two different scenarios on here. And I can personally speak from experience. I've had my credit card compromised 7 times, and my bank account once. Now, everything got taken care of, but typically what we see when people ask the question, what's going to be better? Is it greater to use a credit card, or is it greater to use my bank account and a debit card?
That was my question.
It's huge. Well, typically you've got greater fraud protection with your credit card.
Credit card.
It is. It's typically much greater
Why
than
is that?
On the bank. The opportunities that a credit card can handle and can take, and to go fight back with it, and they can take it into the retailer perspective and go into it, even from having a business that takes credit cards on the side. I've seen scams happen time and time again, and they're able to offer a much greater protection typically than what the banks can offer.
Colin, my question to you, your credit card has been compromised 7 times. Where were those places at? Was that like out of state? Was that like at local retailers, gas stations? Was there a specific denominator with that?
See, I'm not sure. I'm not actually exactly sure which one happened. And one of the topics that we actually put in here was watching where you're using your credit card. If you're actually using public Wi-Fi, that can actually be a quick place that you can get scammed of people that are actually being able to do it. As we've seen here in the past in Shreveport-Bossier, the gas pump skimmers were a pretty big one. It's out, and for the period of time, I'd go to one of those gas pumps and I'm wiggling the thing before I put my credit card in it to make sure it's not coming off. Now, one of the things I do highly recommend, and this is with, I'm not sure if they have this on the Android, but Apple's have the Wallet app on your phone, and you can actually put your cards in there. Well, the beauty of that, when a charge happens, it immediately pops up and you see the notification on your phone. Well, if you're not making a charge and all of a sudden something pops up, it's either, hey, I've got something set up on an auto selection, or
somebody has my card.
We have a problem. And seeing that happen, I had one that happened with like I said, with my bank account. That happened in between Christmas and New Year's. And I get back to my office about January 3rd or 4th, and they said, hey, did you happen to go out of the country? I said, what do you mean? I said, have you looked at your bank account? I said, no, it was a holiday time. I really wasn't paying attention to it. And I said, could you log in and check? I had charges from England all the way to Rome. And what blew me away is a lot of the stuff was charged, but people returned stuff. And come to find out, they were returning stuff so they could actually get cash back.
Oh my gosh,
as opposed to it. Now, the banking process took a little bit longer to get back, as you have to sign off on each charge before they go and fight back for it. Fortunately, after about 2 weeks, I was able to get all that put back in place. But compared to a credit card, it's a quick fight, and they go to bat for you very quickly. So that's a very good thing for them to have. And finally, I would say, watch your passwords. In today's day and age, don't give them out. Watch the phone calls that are coming in. Typically your bank's not going to be calling saying, hey, we want to verify. Wait, that's a huge red flag.
I feel like that's happening all the time. They're getting smarter and smarter with those scams.
They are. They completely are. And as we see that, it's a billion-dollar industry, and
They're
just
smart.
Taking advantage of us.
They know what they're doing right now. Well, thank you so much, Colin, for talking to us about how we can financially stay safe during the holiday season. I feel like we can go further into this, but we are out of time. But thank you for being here and for sharing this with us.
Thanks for having us.